Okay, lesson 14. Second Kriya describes Hatha Yoga Pradipika chapter 2, Sutra 26. Swatmarama says, then Vasti is described. Pay attention. Seated in water up to the navel of in the Utkatasana, resting the body on the toes of the feet, the heels pressing against the bottom. Insert a small bamboo tube into the anus and contract the anus so as to draw water in. Shake it and then expel it. Such washing is Vasti. Can you visualize this?
Is that an animal?
Huh?
Is that an animal?
An animal?
Animal.
You could think so. An animal. Animal? Try to imagine. You crouch in a river or in a bathtub. You insert a bamboo tube or any kind of tube into your anus. You suck up water. You shake. No, it's what he says. Shake and expel.
It's chronic irrigation, actually.
Yes. It sounds like an enema. And it is when yoga became very popular, all these retreats sprouted up in Southeast Asia, in Thailand, in Indonesia, all these exotic places. You practice yoga every day. There's a special diet or sometimes fasting. And part of the ritual, the daily ritual, is they call it Vasti. So you are given an enema and you isolate yourself in a private room and you give yourself an enema every day. Ritualistic. Like with Dauti, that is harmful. It is a medical appliance that you use only when needed. When is it needed? 1, when you're severely obstipated, or 2, when the bowels need to completely empty for a medical procedure. So it's a one-time use application. If it's used in a ritualistic way, in a routine way, every day, it just damages inside the protective layer of the intestines. So that just cannot be it. What we are looking at here, again, like Dauti, is it's symbolical language that keeps the truth from people who are not allowed to see this, unless properly guided. It's again an exercise in visual imagination, using your imagination to move energy. But it connects with Dauti. Let's draw the whole picture this time. You start with Dauti. Swallowing the piece of cloth. So you follow the track from Ajna chakra down to Manipura chakra. And then you pull the cloth out again. Manipura chakra up to Ajna chakra. Now Vasti. Can you see what we're going to do? You suck up water through the anus. Shake it. and expel. now already some picture starts to occur. Not only have you started with energy entering and exiting at the top, Chandra Bindu, the moon gate, you have now added energy entering and exiting the sun gate, Surya Bindu. That's it. So simple. It's so simple that you don't believe it. Next week we will add 2 more elements. You will see that it's very cleverly designed by the ancient yogis. So clever that we don't even understand it anymore. Just like Einstein came up with all kinds of theories, of which we are still trying to understand what some of them mean. The knowledge of this is mostly gone lost. It's very simple and actually very powerful way to introduce you to energy control. Start with Doughty. You close your eyes, you sit down 25 minutes. You start with Doughty, which you've done, you know how it works. Then you move your attention to the bottom. And you can imagine sucking up water. It's actually a very powerful visualization to make this work. It's all about imagination. Suck up water and expel it again. Expelling is just a feeling as going to the toilet. So simple. Child can do it. Child can do this better than an adult, because children still have a very lively imagination, and most adults have become very bored, have lost all their ability to imagine, to fantasize. But we are yogis. It's just that simple. Yeah, that's it. Questions? Yes?
The meeting point is the solar plexus. Under
Yes.
the heart, no?
Yes, we will come to that next week. But good observation. Yes?
Do I contract any of that?
No, don't do anything physical. It's a pure thought control exercise, imagination, visualization. Don't do anything visual. But there's one sutra that will tell us about the benefits. 27. By the power of Vasti, Gulma and Kriya, enlargement of the glands and spleen, Udara, dropsy, and other stomach diseases, and all diseases arising from an excess of wind, bile, and phlegm are cured. 28. This Jalavasti, when duly practiced, refines the bodily constitution, dhatus, the 7 trunks of Ganesha that represent the 7 tissues that we are built of, the sense organs, indriyas, and the internal organ, antakarana. It makes the body bright and increases the digestive power. It destroys all the disorders in the constitution. That is quite promising, isn't it? Yeah, you will see that good health revolves around especially what happens below the diaphragm, digestion. So the digestive fire is mentioned regularly as a benefit of exercises. It is a reference to vitality, health. I don't know if you have ever visited a general physician who is still of the old guard. When I was a child, our doctor, who came from the northern province of the Netherlands, was really an old-fashioned doctor. And whatever complaint that you had, his first question was always, how is your stool? And that tells him everything he needs to know. Because if your stool is good, your digestion is good, your vital energy is at a good level. If your digestion is, if your stool is not good, he knows that there is something wrong with your energy household. So you find that back. It's very important. Whether you are regular or irregular, whether the shape and the consistency, the consistency of your stool is very important about, it's telling about your health. So you will find that back with other elements of yoga also. We will come back to that. So with Doughty, you saw that the benefits, the positive benefits of Doughty are the airways, the lungs, the heart, etc., the throat. Here you see naturally, because your concentration of thought and energy is below the diaphragm, of course, the health condition then improves at that level, and that is the diseases that you see improving here, getting better here, are all below the diaphragm. The mention of the 7 dhatus improving as a result of this is referring to your overall health condition. And believe it or not, this is not empty rhetoric. This is not just interesting language. People who practice yoga regularly do improve considerably in terms of health. Only thing is, it requires regular practice. Okay? Questions? Okay. Doughty, start with Doughty, Vasti, and if there's time left, concentration on Nada. Okay? Child can do it.